All right, so 1 and 2 are our literal equations. You just getting the letter that it says by itself. So this one says solve for x. Remember, whatever it says to do, you're going to do the opposite. So do you see how this says subtract? That means you are going to do addition. Good. So you're going to do plus k plus k. Whatever it says, you do the opposite. And do you remember how we talked about care now? Because if you wait to care until I hand you the quiz, it's too late. You have to care right now. Okay. So those cancel. That was the whole point. You get x equals, remember to do nothing. What's on the other side? P plus k. Just whatever it is whatever it is. P plus k doesn't equal L. You know, it's not like a new letter of the alphabet. You're just going to leave it alone. Oh. Well, don't write that on your quiz because it'll be wrong. It's P plus k. All right. For this one, do you see the plus? That means we're going to do subtraction. We're getting y by itself. So leave the y where it is. Instead of plus 3x, we're going to do minus 3x. So do minus 3x to both sides. That cancels it out. And so you have 7y equals, remember to do nothing. Just do nothing. If it says 10 minus 3x, you're going to write 10 minus 3x. Just do nothing. Whatever the operation is, do the opposite of that. It was plus, we did minus, and then just leave it alone. All right. Now the 7 and the y are being multiplied. So how do you undo multiply? Division. Pick up your pen, whatever it is you got. Divide by 7, divide by 7. And then honestly, you're just rewriting that. You're just rewriting exactly what's there. Do nothing. It's y equals 10 minus 3x over 7. Whatever you get is whatever you get. So whatever the operation is, do the opposite of that, and then just leave it alone. Okay, there's only 2 of those if that calms you down at all. The rest of these are the inequalities, which has been going really well. It's the exact same as solving an equation, but if you divide by a negative, you just flip the symbol around, which is easy to forget to do. So, try to remember. For number 3, what would you do first to both sides? There's nothing to distribute because there's no parentheses, but we're going to minus 10m. So minus 10m minus 10m. Again, exactly like solving an equation. So 6m minus 10m will be negative 4m, and then you just rewrite the rest of it. Minus 9 greater than or equal to 1. A lot of math is just rewriting what's there. All right, how many problems? This is only 7 problems. You're going to have some perseverance with me. What next? Well, it is a negative 9, so we're going to do, add 9 plus 9 to both sides. So good. It'll be negative 4m greater than or equal to 10. And then you're going to divide by negative 4. Ooh, we divided by a negative. So we're going to flip the symbol around. And, on the quiz, you're allowed Desmos. You could type that in your calculator and get a decimal. I like to do a fraction. I'm just going to reduce it. It would be negative 5 over 2. Again, you could just type that in the calculator. You could also put negative 2.5. Whatever you get is just whatever you get. Now, I am not picky about the number lines. Do you remember what number I told you has to go on your number line? Yeah, like that answer. All right, so negative 5 halves. Just put that number. I want the correct circle. So is this one going to be open or closed? Closed. If it has the equal to, you need it closed. And then you just shade the correct direction. It says m is less than or equal to, so which way do we want to shade? Yeah, left. We want everything smaller. And then as a follow-up, can anyone give me a number that would be part of this answer? You want to be smaller than negative 2.5. So it'd have to be like more negative. Negative 100. Negative 1,000,000. How about negative 5 over 2? Would that count? Yeah, because it's filled in. All right, let's try it again. Number 4. What would you do to both sides? You're trying to get the x by itself. Yeah, -4. Do -4, -4. So that's going to give you -6x less than 6. 10 minus 4 gives you 6. All right, then what? Divide by... Oh, we divided by a negative, guys. That means flip the symbol around. 6 divided by 6 would be 1. This is just going to be -1. What happened? I get why that happens because that's what we did with question 1 and 2. All right, so over here, you're going to put -1 on your number line. What kind of circle does this one get? It's open because we don't have the equal to. And it says x greater than -1. So which way are we going to shade? To the right. And as a follow-up, can anyone give me a number that's part of the answer? 2. Good. What else? 3. 4. 77 million. How about -1? No, not -1 because it's an open circle. We're not including. Are we caring now? Okay, now, like people want to tune me out right now, and then all of a sudden care a whole lot once the quiz is in front of them. A little written down. Okay, I'm just checking. All right. Oh, this one has words in it. We're gonna have to read. You have $35 to go bowling. Renting shoes is $5, and then each game is $6.50. Let's write an inequality. You have done this before. Do you remember like the parking garage? It's this much to get in, and then you pay this much per hour. We did one about the amusement park. It's this much to get in, and then this much per ride. Remember this? Okay. So it's $5 to rent shoes. It's going to be 5. And then what? Plus 650 X, because it's $6.50 per game. Now you only have $35. So could you spend 36 or 37 or 38? No. So what symbol is going to have to go there? Yeah, that one. Less than or equal to 35. You only have $35. So you can spend 35 or smaller than that. You can't spend more than. All right. And it says, what is the maximum number of games you can play? Justify your answer. Listen to me. Justify your answer just means show all your steps for this. So what would you do to both sides to start solving that? Yeah. -5 to both sides. That's the justify, is show your work, basically. So you get 650x less than or equal to 30. And then we're going to divide by 650. Let me bring up Desmos and we'll type this in together. I'll share my screen. So I'm going to type in 30 divided by 650. Now it came out to 4.6. Do you guys see that? So I'm going to stop sharing. So we got x smaller than 4.6. I realized 4.6 mathematically would round up to, like mathematically would round up to 5, right? But you can only play 4 games. Why is that? Why do you have to round down instead of up? Yeah, you don't have more money, so you have to round down. So you could get 4.9 and you would still have to round down. Is this making sense to everybody? So you don't have enough money for the next one. So whatever you get, you got to round down. All right, here are the parentheses. This is where distributing comes in. You're going to have to distribute not a 2, but a -2. Very good. So it would be 5, and then what? If you distribute a -2, what are you going to get? -2x. Good. +12 because negatives cancel. Can you pick up that pen and write it down? I provided you the paper. I provided you the pen. You got to do the rest yourself. All right. Greater than 6x plus 9. Hey guys, we got something about this long. What does that mean we need to do? Look up here. Combine like terms. Pick up a pencil and write this down. What is going to combine together over here? The 5 and the 12. All right, 5 plus 12 be 17. So we have 17 minus 2x greater than 6x plus 9. This is the part where you're writing stuff down. You got to care now. All right, 5 plus 12 gives you 17. All right, then what? You got to get all the x's together. Subtract what from both sides? Good. Minus 6x minus 6x. This is tricky because they're both negative. So that would be 17 minus what? Yeah, negative 8x greater than 9. I'm going to have to move over here. I wrote too big. All right, then what? What are we doing with the 17? Yeah, minus 17 minus 17. So that's going to give you negative 8x greater than, all right, 9 minus 17 would be negative 8. You could always type that in Desmos. If you're doing a quiz, you can use your calculator. All right, and then what's your last step? Divide by, oh, we divided by a negative. That means flip the sign. And negative 8 divided by negative 8 is positive 1. That's your answer. There were a lot of negatives in that. You have to be really, really careful. Down here, I don't know why the fractions didn't print, so you're going to have to listen to me and write this down. It's the same on your quiz, so you'll just have to handwrite it. This one should be 3/2. It printed the fraction bar, but not the numbers for some reason. I'm really sorry. And then this one, that's a negative, and then it's supposed to be 2/3. It printed the negative sign in the fraction bar, but not the actual numbers. I'm sorry about that. But this is like what you did on your Delta Math, where you they were check boxes that you selected, but you're going to circle all the solutions. So you want everything smaller than 1. Quick question. Does 1 count? Can I circle 1? No. Okay, so we don't, and you can X out the ones you don't want, but can you give me numbers that you see that are smaller than 1? Yeah, -1, anything negative, right? Would be smaller than 1. So -2, -4. 0 is smaller than 1. And then -2/3 is smaller than 1. 3/2 is 1 1/2. You can always type that in the calculator. That's bigger than 1. We don't want that. And then 4 is bigger than 1. All right, and then last one. We're going to write a statement using our math symbols that represents this sentence below. 4 times a number. How would you do that? 4 times a number. 4x. Perfect. Increased by 7. So plus 7. Oh, and there's another typo. I'm sorry. Is at least. That should be is at least. Least is a word, so, didn't catch it. Is at least. Okay, that's tricky. If I say you need at least $10 to do something, that means you need 10 or more. If you need at least, or think about an amusement park, you need to be at least this height to ride the ride. That means you need to be that height or more. So it would be greater than or equal to the difference. What does difference mean? Subtract. So difference of the number and 11, what would we write there? Yeah, x minus 11.